investigating. How terrifying for those passengers. All right, let's talk politics at 6:15. Congress entering a third week without a House Speaker.
Republicans are not any closer to deciding who will get the gavel. Washington correspondent Hannah Brandt joining us live from D.C. to explain what's going on there. Good morning, Hannah. Hazel.
Good morning. Yeah, it's been a long couple of weeks without a speaker here, but Republicans are scheduled to meet this morning to vote on a speaker nominee. Now, there are 8 lawmakers competing for this job, so this could take several hours and multiple rounds of voting, and really, that's just the beginning. Deeply divided, House Republicans are in an ongoing fight to find a speaker.
I think people are so discouraged by what's happened the last 3 weeks that they want to come together.
8 lawmakers are competing for the speaker spot, and in a Monday night meeting, they made their pitches to their Republican colleagues.
I'd say by and large we had really great candidates, and I'm pretty confident that the person that comes out will be able to put it together.
One speaker candidate, Congressman Kevin Hern, says he thinks he can unite his conference.
There's always going to be dissimilar interests, and it's always about trying to pull those together to get accomplishments done.
Another speaker candidate, Congressman Byron Donald, says his main focus is getting the House up and running again.
We need to get back to work, secure our border, fund our government responsibly, and hold this administration accountable.
Once Republicans choose a nominee, the big challenge will be getting enough votes on the House floor to officially win the speakership. Nebraska Congressman Mike Flood is spearheading an effort to get members to sign a pledge promising to support the eventual nominee. So far, he says everyone running for speaker has signed.
It's a lot better starting with the idea of a unity pledge, starting with everybody at each other's throats.
But he's far from getting every Republican to agree to go along with the majority pick.
I didn't sign the pledge thing that's going around. I think we need to focus on making sure someone's going to lead this party in the right direction.
And that's the real hurdle here, because any nominee can only afford to lose a handful of votes on the floor in order to actually become speaker. Dan, Hazel, back to you.
All right, to be continued for sure. We'll see how all this plays out today. Another day in Washington. Thank you, Hannah.
All right.
It's the real hurdle here, because any can only afford to lose a handful.
Right direction.
And that's the real hurdle here, because any nominee can only afford.
Right direction.
And that's the real hurdle here, because can only afford to lose a.
Focus on making sure someone's going to lead this party in the right direction.
And that's the real hurdle here, because any nominee can only afford to lose a handful of votes on the floor in order to actually become speaker. Dan, Hazel, back to you.
All right, to be continued for sure. We'll see how all this plays out today. Another day in Washington. Thank you, Hannah.
All right, it's 6:17. Time to get another